Hello learners, and welcome to another week at CPDLF, U.S. History Reconstruction to Present. We're on week 6, and this week we're looking at completing units 1.31, 1.32, which wraps up our Sectionalism and War unit, and we're moving on to Growth and Innovation, which is 2.1 and 2.2. Okay, so wrapping up one, starting another. And the big concepts for the week, we're going to talk about sectionalism and war, wrapping it up. So you'll do the review and you'll take the exam, and then we're going to start Reconstruction. Okay, so for Reconstruction, we have Lincoln's ideas for Reconstructions, Johnson's plan for Reconstruction, and then we have the Radical Republicans' Reconstruction view. So there was a lot of different ideas going around, and I'm going to show you this brief video here on Reconstruction.
The Civil War ends in 1865, and the Union Army celebrates with a triumphant parade down Washington's Pennsylvania Avenue. But while the fighting is over, conflict continues through the era known as Reconstruction.
One way of looking at Reconstruction is the struggle between North and South shifts from the battlefield to the political realm. Well, you have 4 million formerly enslaved people. What is their status going to be moving forward?
The U.S. government sends the Army to occupy the South and passes 3 historic amendments to the Constitution.
The 13th Amendment abolishes slavery in the United States. The 14th Amendment grants birthright citizenship to freed slaves. And the 15th Amendment provides freed slaves with the right to vote. One of the striking things about Reconstruction is how within a very short time, after the end of slavery, Southern states were electing black officials. They were electing governors, they were electing members of Congress, they were electing local officials. So that creates, in those early years of Reconstruction, 1865 to the early 1870s, a really revolutionary moment in American history, equally as revolutionary in some ways as the original revolution a century earlier.
But Reconstruction also brings widespread corruption, abetted by Northern carpetbaggers who come south to take advantage of the situation. White Southern resentment leads to increased violence, and it is clear that Reconstruction's days are numbered.
As soon as the North decided, okay, we've had enough of this conflict, we've had enough of trying to tell the South what to do, then Southern blacks would be thrown back on the mercies, and they weren't very merciful at all, of the Southern white majority.
Reconstruction finally comes to an end in 1877, when the last Northern troops are removed from the South.
Reconstruction is generally thought to last about 10 years. In some ways, the struggle continued for another 100 years. It wouldn't be until the 1960s, not the 1860s, but the 1960s, that African Americans first really began to enjoy the rights that they were promised under the Constitution at the end of the Civil War.
Okay, so hopefully that gave you, the video gave you a better idea of what Reconstruction is, how it went about, some of the problems people faced during Reconstruction. Okay, so please remember, keep watching the launches. Make sure you are answering the questions after you watch them. And then, of course, here's just a breakdown again of the courses, the units for the year. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and you guys have a wonderful week. Okay, stay on pace, and make sure you're doing those launches. Bye.